Okay, so with respect to the video from yesterday, talking about introspective analysis being most probably the answer or the clue left behind by the saying, "The kingdom of heaven is within. Seek and you shall find." Now, in terms of introspective analysis, the question, who am I, in terms of the way it's asked from the Hindu side, in terms of trying to determine who you are, in terms of the clues that were left behind in the expressions through the Vedic interpretations of the Vedas, through the Upanishads, like Tattvamasi, as in you are that, and what is that? And that is Aham Brahmasmi, which is we are all Brahman, or versions of this universal consciousness. This understanding is, in order to truly appreciate this understanding, starting from who am I questions and trying to answer them in a sort of a 360-degree spherical sort of temporal analysis of it, in terms of with us in the center, in terms of who we are and how we've been um, sort of influenced or brought to that point of the time that you're asking that question. So I'm just going to give an example in terms of how I first went about answering it. So, I mean, I'm a human. So I'm like, okay, I'm human. Who am I? I'm human. My name, my parents, their parents. And of course, it leads you down to the evolutionary path to whatever the abiogenesis event that happened on Earth, and how was that facilitated, in attempting to answer that backwards in terms of probabilities, because that's all we can do. And we don't even know whether that event, in terms of the spark of life, actually happened on Earth, or whether it was a sort of a convergence of events where these molecules that were necessary were brought here, and they were partially conscious, and that they merged together in a unique form on Earth. I mean, these are all possibilities that we must consider. So, in terms of the physical world, in terms of understanding the biological aspect of it, opposed to understanding the physical and chemical aspect of it, in terms of the evolution and leading through physics and chemistry and atomic theory and various others, all the way to the Big Bang and beyond, in terms of potential probabilities. So, I mean, that was my intent, to sort of highlight why it's such a complex sort of the complexity is based on how you're applying it, I guess. So you can also apply it philosophically, and start from who am I? Well, I'm me, and I think, therefore I am, and work your way backwards philosophically, being directed by some of the greats. Now, in terms of being in the right frame of mind and questions, I would like to refer you guys to an incredible thinker who's helped me quite a bit, who I consider a teacher, even though I've never met him. Is an Indian philosopher, and some people consider him a guru, but I think he's a philosopher, a human being who was involved in a secular inquiry of certain aspects of human interactions and motivations, and some of the human condition questions. And his name is Jittu Krishnamurti. And you guys should definitely look him up, in terms of how he breaks down each question to its roots, in terms of our ability to truly understand. And of course, there are many other ways, in terms of our civilization, why we speak English, and tracing that back, and how that connects to our mother tongues in various ways. And of course, genetics and our evolution on Earth, in terms of emerging out of Africa and using genetic theory, and the human migratory patterns as established through the Human Genome Project, and the various other confirmations of both evolution and our migratory journey out of Africa. So, is this level of complexity in answering, or attempting to answer, Jesus's question or expression, in terms of the kingdom of heaven being within, is this normal, or is this out of the norm, or is this something that you guys attempt to do too? Let me know what you guys think.